Just buy them. Like, I don't even need to make the video. They're that good. Just buy them. No, I'm kidding. So today we're going to be talking about the SoundPeats Air5 Pro. They are a pair of earbuds that SoundPeats was kind enough to send over to me for review. However, the views and opinions of these earbuds are going to be completely mine. They're not paying me to say anything, and if these things suck, I'm going to tell you that they suck. Now we're going to do a quick unboxing, and then we're going to go through the companion app that you can get on either iOS or Android, and then we're just going to talk about my experience using these over the last couple of weeks. So without further ado, let's hop into the unboxing. Now taking a look at the packaging here, this is the front of the box, and then here's the back that has some of the specifications on it. Feel free to pause this if you want to take the time to read that. I did take some of this information and put it on an infographic for you, and we'll go over that here in a little bit. Now, opening this up, all of the paperwork is actually inside of an envelope that's in the lid here. So once we pull that out and we get this opened up, you'll see that we are greeted with a pamphlet that shows you how to download both the Android and the iOS app. And then you also get a user guide, and then you get some cute stickers. You can give them to your kids or put them on a water bottle. You get a USB Type A to Type C cable, as well as some silicone tips that are in small, medium, and large sizes. Now, opening up the actual product itself, they did put plastic coating over each of the earbuds to save the battery, which is nice. The fit and finish on these is really nice. It's a nice glossy plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap at all. And then it uses a metal post or contacts on the bottom, just like AirPods do to charge. Overall, they feel really good. They don't feel too heavy, but they don't feel light and cheap. Now, they do lock in magnetically to the case, and that feels good and very secure. And then the hinge on the case also feels really good. On the bottom, we have a USB Type-C port, and then we have our pairing button, and then on the back, we just have some branding. All right, so now we're going to take a look at some of the specs. They have Bluetooth 5.4, which is good. It's going to give you a more stable connection. Snapdragon Sound and LDAC are just going to give you Hi-Res audio codecs. It doesn't apply if you use things like YouTube music because it compresses the sound, but if you use like Tidal music, it'll apply to you. It's got AI adaptive noise cancellation because it has a 6 mic setup. It's supposed to give you clearer calls, and then they're rated for 37 hours of total playtime and 7.5 hours just for the earbuds. I got closer to probably 5. I don't think it's a big deal because most people don't wear their earbuds that long anyway. And then last but not least, they are IPX5 water resistant. So if you work out in them or you're in light rain, it shouldn't be an issue. The earbuds also feature touch controls. And then here's a list of what all those controls are. Now, I'm not going to read all these to you, but take the time to pause this if you want to check that out. And then this is just a closer look of what they look like when you're wearing them. And then I put 2 different shots in here just so that you can get a good idea of what they look like when you have them on. Now, if we take a look at the app, once you open it up, it's going to show you all of the SoundPeats devices that you have already paired to your device. I only have this one, so I'm going to go ahead and click on the Air5 Pro. And then once you do that, it will actually go ahead and connect. Now, it doesn't matter whether they're in their case as long as the lid is open or if you have them on. You're greeted with a splash screen, and the splash screen is going to give you a battery indication of both the earbuds as well as the case, and then you have transparency mode, normal mode, and noise canceling mode there at the bottom. Now we can scroll down and you can make some refinements to the actual noise canceling if you want to. They have traffic, outdoor, indoor, and adaptive. And then if we scroll down further, you can change some of the settings for the earbuds. You can disable the touch controls, you can put it in game mode, and you can turn on and off LDAC. Now, if we take a look at the 3 lines in the upper right-hand corner of the splash screen, you will see that we get device information, firmware upgrade, fit tests, and some other stuff here. It has Find Earbuds, kind of like what Apple uses. You can change the prompt tone if you don't think it's loud enough when they connect, or you use some of the various controls. But I did have a firmware update right out of the box, so that was good to see that they are actually supporting their product. And then I thought the fit test thing was kind of unusual. Usually I think these things are kind of gimmicky, but I did go through all of the different earbud sizes, and what it does is you basically put them on and then you go through this and it'll actually play a bunch of different audible sounds through the earbuds, and the earbuds are using, I'm assuming, AI to determine whether or not you have a good fit based on how much leakage it's getting from the actual sound test that it does. Now, when I went through this, they said that all of them, except for the very small ones, did not fit. and they actually said that my left ear, it fit with the smallest ear tip and my right one did not. But I did use the advice of the actual app, and I just left the small ones on there. And honestly, the earbuds sounded a lot better once I did that, and I to date have not had any problems with them falling out or anything like that. So that was really good to see. Now, if we move on and we go back to the actual splash screen, I did want to show you across the bottom row, there is a home button which will take you to this screen. The middle one is your EQ. The last one will take you to some different settings. So if we go ahead and select the EQ, you will see that there's a bunch of different ones they have preloaded, or we can scroll down and you can set your own, and you can make as many of them as you want. You can set different custom EQs. And then if we click on the little person in the lower right hand corner, that just takes you to some different settings, so you can contact the manufacturer if you have any issues or you need support, as well as read the online user manual, provide feedback for the app, things like that. And that's about all there is in the actual app. And I just wanted to give you a quick look of what kind of features you get with this. Now we're going to go ahead and we're actually just going to discuss my very first experience with these earbuds. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to play that now. So I've been using these SoundPeats Air5 Pros for like a little over a week now, and I can honestly tell you that they are my favorite headphones. I've stopped using my Galaxy Buds 3. I've stopped using my Beats Fit Pro. I have AirPods, but I don't really ever use those because I don't have an iPhone anymore. But these have become my everything go-to headphone. So surprisingly, even though, as we saw previously in the video, my ear fit test showed that I used the smallest ear tips, which I've never used in my entire life. I got good fit according to the app on one side, and on the other side it said I didn't get a good fit. I thought that they were going to be crazy, but they've been perfect. They sound way better since I've switched to the tips that the app actually recommended that I use, and they haven't fallen out of my ears while working out. I've had zero issues with them whatsoever. They sound phenomenal, especially for this price point. Like, you get a lot. Like, the app is full of features, way more features than my Beats Fit Pro. Like, it's amazing, really. But I just wanted to give a quick shout out because I've been using these for about a week and I think they're amazing. Okay, so these look really good on paper, and I had a really good first impression of them, but since I've been using these for the last couple of weeks as my daily earbuds, how well have they actually held up? Well, I actually made a video earlier today after I got done working out using these, just discussing some stuff just off the top of my head. So I apologize up front if there is some rambling, but I just kind of wanted to get my thoughts out, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you that now. So I just got done working out, and I've been using these headphones for a couple of weeks now, and I just wanted to come on here and say that they are my absolute favorite headphones that I've used to date. I feel like every other headphone I have, whether it's the Beat Fit Pro or it doesn't matter, you know, like my Nothing headphones, like they're all nice headphones in terms of the product they created. Like, it's a quality product, but they all have flaws. And for the majority of headphones, it's usually a connection problem, and therefore you don't get all the functions in the app because the app can't detect the headphones, even though the headphones are paired to your device, especially those of us that have Android devices. And then you get wonky problems where you can't use noise cancellation, or you can't use half of the features in the app because for whatever reason, the application just isn't detecting the earbud. And these are phenomenal. Like, I haven't had a single connection problem with them. It doesn't matter whether I have the earbuds in the case or I have the earbuds in my ears. The app always detects the earbuds, and I can use all of the features. It doesn't matter whether you have an Android phone or an iPhone. Everything has worked great. The sound quality is great. I have been using the recommended earbud tips from the app, and I've never used small earbud tips in my entire life, and they actually sound way better than they did when I was using the medium or the large tips, and they haven't fallen out at all. I was worried that when I was lifting or working out that the earbuds were going to fall out of my ear, or I was going to be constantly messing with them to keep them secure, and I haven't had a single issue. So they've been great, and they're really onto something. They've packaged a phenomenal product at a phenomenal price point, and it's as simple as that. Now, for those of you that are going to come on here and blow up the comments about how you have like a $400 or $500 pair of earbuds and they sound so much better, and it's like, yeah, no shit. Like, if I bought a pair of $500 earbuds and they didn't sound better than a pair of earbuds that you can buy for $79.99, I would personally be pissed off. And that's just all there is to it. They're not even in the same bracket. But what I will tell you is that I have Beats Fit Pro earbuds that are literally like $300, and these earbuds sound better. The app works better, the connection quality is better, like the microphones on them are better. The only thing the Beats have that are better, in my opinion, is the transparency mode. So noise cancellation and transparency is slightly better on the Beats Fit Pro when it works. And I'll say that because it's like a 50-50 chance whether the app on my Android device, I'm using a Pixel Fold, and even when I was using my Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, it didn't matter. Like on Android, the Beats Fit Pro app just sucks. It hardly ever recognizes that your earbuds are connected to your phone. And I can tell you that the SoundPeats app works great. Like, I haven't had a single issue with them, and that speaks for itself. I will give them my money all day long to have a product that does exactly what it's supposed to do, and they sound great. The highs are crisp, they are loud. These are way louder than my Beats Fit Pro, like twice as loud. Not that you are looking for hearing loss, but it's amazing. They don't sound blown, is probably the best way I can explain it. Like distort. I'm not like some audiophile snob or anything like that, but when you're using a pair of headphones and you crank the volume all the way up, depending on the kind of music you're listening to, sometimes, the speakers sound like really distorted or like they're blown. And these don't do that. Like, you can put them on max volume, and it doesn't matter what kind of music you're listening to. They're very crisp. You can go into the EQ and you can set everything and customize it the way you want. And it's overall just been a phenomenal experience. And I really hope that anybody that's looking for a pair of headphones should honestly check these out. Anyway, I'm going to stop ranting. We're going to do a sound quality test now on the microphones. So I'm going to put the earbuds in, and then that way you guys can hear exactly what it sounds like if you wanted to do any kind of like voice notes, or you're going to take a phone call or something like that. And then that way you can hear the audio from that. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So this is a test of the actual audio coming from the SoundPeats Air5 Pro. And I just wanted you to hear exactly what you're going to get if you wanted to use these for phone calls or meetings or voice notes or a voice memo or anything like that. This is what it's going to sound like. All right, so nobody likes a 20-minute video. So final thoughts here. I think it's an excellent product. I think that you're getting everything that you're paying for. I would buy these 100% with my own money. I would like to see in-ear detection in the next generation of these. However, it isn't that hard to hit pause on your phone or just use the built-in touch controls with the earbud. I mean, come on, how lazy are we? I could be lazy. It would be nice to see in-ear detection though, because we kind of all got accustomed to that thanks to Apple and putting features like this in their AirPods. It's not the end of the world though, and I think everything else with these earbuds completely make up for the fact that it doesn't have in-ear detection. So if that is your only gripe, which is the only thing I have to say bad about these, just buy them because they are great. They're going to be better than any other earbud you've probably ever tried, and I've tried Skull Candies, I've got Beats Fit Pro, I've got JBLs, I've got Nothing headphones, I have Sony headphones, and they just don't work as great as these. And for the most part, they don't sound as good either. So I really think it's a win-win. Now, if I may have missed something in this, hit me up down in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you're interested in purchasing these, I'm going to put a link down in the video description. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more stuff like this. But that's about all I got, so I'm out. Peace.